Be in the know with unlimited access to IBJ and Inside Indiana Business. Our in-depth coverage of all things business means you'll always be completely in the know. Subscribe for just $1 a week. Get started now at ibj.com/trial offer.
Indiana businesses leading the way in cutting-edge health technologies, from Eli Lilly's powerful new supercomputer designed to develop drugs at a faster pace, to cyclotrons at SpectronRx, radioactive atoms inside these massive machines changing the way cancer patients are treated. We look at how high-tech innovation in Indiana is changing the future of healthcare.
Catch me! Touchdown Bears!
Plus, the latest developments on the Chicago Bears' potential move to Northwest Indiana and why the ball may now be in the hands of Illinois lawmakers.
Across the state, we give more than shoes. We give safety, belonging, and opportunity.
And making sure the shoe fits for athletes from all backgrounds. Inside Indiana Business is next.
From Indiana's business news leader, this is IBJ Media's Inside Indiana Business with Gerry Dick, presented by Elevate Ventures, Indiana University, and the Indiana Association of Realtors.
Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Kylie Veleta in for Gerry Dick this week. We have two major high-tech health innovation stories unfolding in Indiana this week. First, Indianapolis-based drug manufacturing giant Eli Lilly marking a major milestone by unveiling the LillyPod, the most powerful supercomputer in the pharmaceutical industry. Lilly teamed up with artificial intelligence chipmaker Nvidia for the project. LillyPod is located at the company's corporate campus in Indianapolis and is housed in a room about the size of a football field. The company tells us LillyPod will accelerate manufacturing and help the company discover and develop drugs at a faster pace.
What we do on that supercomputer is we build AI models. So that means really AI that understands chemistry, physics, and biology to a very minute detail, and that can then help us to find molecules that, for example, bind to a target, a disease target, and that then in the long run will lead to better medicines. And that's what we do with LillyPod, the new supercomputer. We really path a way that nobody has gone before in our industry globally. And to that end, Indianapolis and Indiana is not only a role model for the US, but for the whole world.
Lilly tells us it plans to use LillyPod for multiple purposes across the company. IBJ's Daniel Bradley has more on the computer's power and purpose on IBJ's website. The second big Indiana high-tech health innovation gaining traction this week involves SpectronRx. Here at Inside Indiana Business, we've long covered this company and the state's journey to become a powerhouse in radiopharmaceuticals. These new cancer-killing drugs are incredibly powerful for one reason. They're radioactive, and the machines that make them radioactive, called cyclotrons, are arriving faster in Indiana than anybody predicted.
These monstrous machines, called cyclotrons, are being unboxed in Bunker Hill at a rate for the record books. Indianapolis-based SpectronRx is a contract manufacturer for radiopharmaceuticals, mostly new cancer drugs, attracting billions of dollars in investment, and they're born inside a cyclotron. Just a few years ago, Spectron thought its 2 cyclotrons in Bunker Hill would get the job done, but the tally will soon be 12. Maybe even more.
If someone would have told me in 2021 that we would put 10 cyclotrons in, I would say that I can't say what I would say, but yeah, I would be surprised, shocked. I never thought I would do this.
That's because radiopharmaceuticals have just recently advanced from being used only in imaging to diagnose conditions to now being able to treat disease, mostly cancer. Using radiation to fight cancer is nothing new. Traditionally, a radiation beam passes through the body, which can also damage healthy tissue near the cancer target. But radiopharmaceuticals are different. Just a few radioactive atoms are injected into the patient, and they go only to the tumor.
It's hard to grasp, right? Because you can't imagine seeing a few atoms, but that's the great thing about nuclear medicine. Because instead of flooding the body with chemicals or a large beam of radiation, we're able to take just a few atoms, get it with the right drug. That drug drags it right to the tumor, and then that tumor is destroyed.
And those radioactive atoms are made inside these massive machines. This cyclotron came all the way across the ocean from where it was made in Belgium.
Travels around in a circle, it keeps going around and around and around.
We got the rare opportunity to see inside a cyclotron, which weighs around 30 tons. That's the equivalent of about 15 cars. These massive magnets are most of that weight. They're incredibly powerful and accelerate the particle to ultimately make it radioactive.
When they are running, it is dangerous for humans. And so what we do is we put them in a concrete vault, is what we call it, and anywhere from 6 feet to 9 foot thick walls. And then we'll have a maze that switches back on itself 2 or 3 times to get in there. And that shielding allows us to be able to stand right next to the cyclotron vault itself and not be harmed.
And this is not a short process. The atoms have to be accelerated in the cyclotron for weeks. And here's the ultimate irony. When these massive machines are done with their work, the product, the radioactive atoms, are about the size of a single grain of salt. And that grain of salt can be divided to treat up to 100 patients. Tiny atoms ready to attack tumors.
Now that we're in therapeutics, now that Big Pharma is interested, now that we're changing lives, it's just so exciting to be a part of it. Just grateful to be part of it, quite frankly.
The success of the drugs explains why the cyclotrons just keep coming, and no place is putting them in faster than Indiana.
For the industry, it's one of the few times, there's a couple other instances in history, but there's a few times that this many's been put in the same campus at the same time.
2, 1.
Recently trademarked as the radiopharmaceutical capital of the world, Indiana has the largest cluster of radiopharmaceutical companies in the country. The $6 billion U.S. radiopharmaceutical market is projected to triple in the next 10 years. Meaning these monstrous machines will be staying busy in Bunker Hill, producing just a few atoms at a time. Packed inside special radiation-dense containers, these are precious building blocks for the most cutting-edge cancer drugs.
We can either use it locally here in Indiana, even in our Bunker Hill facility, or we ship it around the world. So we ship to Australia, China, this material all the time. This is something that truly could change the world, and I think is definitely changing people's lives and their families' lives on a daily basis.
And SpectronRx says radiopharmaceuticals are like melting ice because the radioactive materials expire within days or even hours. Being near the Grissom Air Base and the FedEx facility in Indianapolis helps get the medicine to patients quickly. Still ahead, catching up on the Chicago Bears and the team's potential move to Northwest Indiana. We'll have the latest on the battle over the Bears. Illinois lawmakers making moves to keep the team in Chicago, while Indiana lawmakers offering Hammond as an alternative.
Whether you're buying or selling a home, the stakes are high. Realtors are market experts who do business by a higher code of ethics, and we're invested in Indiana because we're also your neighbors. Now here's the latest statewide real estate report.
In 2025, the number of homes for sale across Indiana hit a 6-year high, with new listings jumping nearly 10% in the last 2 years. Homes also stayed on the market about 4 days longer than 2024, 2 weeks longer than back in 2021. Buyers have more options and more time to find the right home heading into 2026. But patience is paying off for home sellers, as Indiana property values continue to climb. Indiana is still one of the most affordable states for home ownership. The mortgage payment on a typical recent home purchase equals about 34% of our median monthly household income.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress. From the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, invest in connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures.
Legislation to build a stadium in Northwest Indiana for the Chicago Bears is getting closer to being in the hands of Indiana Governor Mike Braun. The Indiana Senate is expected to give the green light to a bill that would allow up to $1 billion in public money to go toward building a new stadium near Wolf Lake in Hammond. All signs point to Governor Braun approving the bill. Across the border, an Illinois House committee is holding a hearing on a bill that would lock in property taxes at the former Arlington racetrack, which the Bears own. That measure is considered critical to Illinois' effort to keep the Bears in the state of Illinois. IBJ Media has been closely monitoring the Bears story from the get-go. IBJ editor and assistant publisher Leslie Weidenbender joins us with more. Leslie, thanks for coming to the show today.
Absolutely, always enjoy it.
All right, so even though that legislation may have moved forward since we record our show on Thursday, let's break down what could be next. Give us your take on the chances that Hammond could snag the Bears.
Well, I think there's still a good possibility, but I don't think there's any doubt that the Bears would prefer to be in Illinois. I think if they can work out a deal to be in Illinois, that's where they want to be. They don't want to be the people who move the Chicago Bears to Indiana. Having said that, there are a lot of politics at play still in Illinois. You have lawmakers from Chicago who are frustrated that the team might go into suburban Chicago. And so it could be that Indiana, which is moving together with one voice, comes out as the winner in this.
So interesting. The Illinois legislature appears to be more aggressive in their efforts to keep the Bears. What are your thoughts on that, plus a potential new stadium in Arlington Heights?
So they're definitely more aggressive than they were in December or last year when the Bears felt like the Illinois legislature wasn't moving at all, wasn't listening. That's why they expanded their search to include Illinois. That has really got the Illinois lawmakers moving, and they are considering a number of bills that would do a lot of the things that they want. But it is still, as I said, a tough road. The people in Chicago still want to either build a new stadium in Chicago or do additional renovations that might keep either the Bears there or at least keep that stadium alive for something else. And so the politics there are tough.
Yeah, and it seems like changing by the day, too.
No doubt about it. And very much in contrast to Indiana, where even though there were a number of communities in Lake County that want the stadium, they are all truly speaking with one voice.
Interesting. Okay, we only have about 30 seconds left, but another hot topic at the State House, a potential new casino in the Fort Wayne area. How do you see that playing out?
Well, the legislation as of this taping hasn't quite worked itself out, but it looks like there's going to be an opportunity for a brand new casino there, not a move of a casino, and that would open up bidding to all companies to make an investment there.
All right, Leslie Weidenbender, thank you so much for being here today and giving us some of your thoughts.
Absolutely, thanks for having me.
No matter what happens with the Bears' potential move to Indiana, the state will soon be home to a new professional minor league football team.
The Continental Football League is a new startup league, and it shares the same name as the Continental Football League of the 1960s.
The Continental Football League, a developmental outdoor organization, has added the Indianapolis Capitals franchise to its roster. They'll start playing this summer. This is a bit of a throwback to the late 60s when the Indianapolis Caps played in the Continental Football League, winning the championship in 1969. Still ahead, see what this year's Indy 500 ticket looks like. Plus,
today we give away our first real new shoe days.
What do you think?
if the shoe fits, wear it. But what if it doesn't? The story of an Indiana nonprofit making sure all Hoosier athletes are outfitted with the proper footwear.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves.
The challenges are real.
Type 2 diabetes rising fast.
Alzheimer's cases rising as population.
Solutions. They said it'll never happen.
It's too hard. Nothing will change.
Can't compete.
You'll never solve it.
And we said, watch us.
Been a while. What have you been up to?
Oh, you know.
Oh, I see it's not flossing. I just added some secret weapons to my toolkit.
Huh?
They help me drill down further, digging deeper than I ever could before. Into my business and personal finances with Lake City Bank Digital.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Now let's take care of that tooth.
Add sharper tools for your money with Lake City Bank Digital.
You are all set, Brian.
I'm Devin.
Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gerry Dick, coming to you this week from Northwest Indiana, Jeffersonville, Muncie, South Bend, in downtown Evansville, Terre Haute, Fort Wayne, Richmond, from one of the state's key entrepreneurial and innovation hubs, 16 Tech. Inside Indiana Business, Indiana's business news leader.
Time to take a look at business news making the headlines around Indiana. TaylorMade Golf Company is planning a nearly $60 million expansion of its warehouse and distribution operations in Evansville. The new space will allow the company to move its current operations under one roof to support increased demand for its products. The company also plans to add 50 new jobs by the end of 2031.
The AirTouch F30i full face mask features a comfy soft fabric cushion.
Health technology company ResMed plans to open a distribution center in Greenwood. ResMed's $30 million project is expected to bring 100 jobs to the Johnson County community and will distribute products that treat sleep apnea, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and other sleep and breathing related disorders. This is the company's third distribution center and is expected to open next year. Tipton County-based Functional Devices, Inc. is now owned by a private equity company. Functional Devices specializes in power control products used in places such as data centers and healthcare settings. CEO Mark Fernandez said the acquisition is a natural fit, and the company tells us it's looking to add more employees in the future. Indiana University says its new nonprofit will open the door for expanded and enhanced partnerships with industry, startups, and government agencies. The IU Inc. umbrella organization includes 3 subsidiaries that will serve the university's Launch Accelerator for Biosciences, Applied Research Center, and real estate ventures. IU President Pam Whitten tells us the nonprofit will serve as a front door for partners looking to connect with the university's $1 billion research enterprise.
It'll strengthen our ability to move at the speed of industry, right? To really drive economic growth and competitiveness in Indiana by bringing new ideas to market and into communities as well. And so, it's also, frankly, it's also going to enhance our university's ability to compete for large-scale research projects.
IU Inc.'s goals include creating new and sustainable forms of revenue streams that can be reinvested into the university's academic mission. Mammoth Solar is teaming up with Purdue and solar technology firm NextPower to study how large-scale solar farms can double as productive farmland. A dedicated 40-acre research area will allow Purdue researchers to study crop production, livestock grazing, and more beneath and around solar panels. By the end of this year, the Mammoth North Solar Facility is expected to host around 2,000 sheep.
We are going to keep prime farmland under production, both for energy and food production, in a better way, healthier way, and having better soils for the future.
Purdue researchers say the goal is to better understand how integrated solar and agricultural systems can improve rural economies. And robots in farm fields making a big impact on Indiana agriculture. West Lafayette-based Solymphatech, which focuses on AI and robotics in agriculture, is experiencing rapid growth. The company reported a 243% increase in coverage last year compared to 2024. The Solix robot continuously monitors crops and performs targeted herbicide application at the plant-by-plant level. It's hard to believe, but we're less than 100 days out from the 110th running of the Indianapolis 500. Defending champ Alex Palou unveiled this year's ticket design earlier this week in Fishers.
I think it's the best pictures that I've ever got with them, and it's super special to have it on the ticket, so really cool.
Is not only the defending 2025 Indy 500 champion, he's also a 4-time winner of the NTT IndyCar Series. Ticket sales for this year's race are on track for a potential sellout.
The IndyCar season kicks off this weekend in Florida at the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. Dave Calabro, a familiar voice at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, is launching a new podcast on IBJ Media. It's called Playmakers with Dave Calabro. He kicked things off with Indiana Fever legend Tamika Catchings.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Calabro. We got something new cooking for you. It's called Playmakers. It's a new podcast. I'm going to do it twice a month. Stars are going to be on the show like, look who's here. It's Tamika Catchings. Good to see you, Tamika.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so excied to have you as my first guest on Playmakers.
Well,
Are you ready for it?
I'm always ready, and I'm glad to be your first. Hey!
When you think about Playmakers, it's all about you, the WNBA, what you're doing in our community, so I thought it would be fun to catch up on you and your career.
Well, I appreciate it, and a lot going on, a lot of great things, so truly a blessing to still be here in Indy, rocking with the Fever, the Pacers, the Mad Noblesville, boom! Yes! And all the great things that we get a chance to do.
Well, we got a lot of great things to talk about. Her career, we'll talk about the Olympics, we'll talk about her involvement in Indianapolis, her faith, and even some parenting tips from Tamika Catchings. It's all coming up on Playmakers, wherever you get your podcast. Hope you'll check it out. I'm Dave Calabro.
Tamika, a big supporter of young athletes in Indiana. Some of them need solid footing before hitting the court or field, like properly fitting shoes. That's where Indianapolis-based nonprofit New Shoe Day is coming into play.
Across the state, we give more than shoes. We give safety, belonging, and opportunity.
Casey Krause is on a mission to empower Hoosier kids through a new pair of shoes and end shoe insecurity. He launched New Shoe Day in 2021 with a couple giveaways per year.
Today we give away our first real New Shoe Days.
So far, they've given away more than 10,000 pairs of shoes.
Shoes are not the cheapest thing in the world. And so for the dozens and dozens of youth serving organizations that we serve, for them to be able to solve this problem at scale, it takes time away from them.
What do you think?
So what we're able to do is provide basically an outsourced solution where we know how to do it efficiently and accurately and on demand and quick and easy for the partners.
New Shoe Days uses funds to buy shoes and leverages partnerships with distributors, retailers, and brands. The nonprofit works with corporate and community partners to conduct shoe giveaways for nearly 50 schools, nonprofits, and organizations.
Last year alone, we did over 5,000, and we were not able to meet the demand that we had on the books. And we believe in the magic of a new pair of shoes. I don't often have to explain that because it's pretty ubiquitous across life. Whether you're a kid or whether you're an adult, getting a new pair of shoes it's magical. And for kids especially, they deserve the confidence, they deserve that fresh feeling, the dignity and empowerment that a new pair of shoes can give them. And we want to be that solution.
New Shoe Day has delivered more than 10,000 pairs of shoes across Indiana since forming in 2020. Up next, new food options coming to Indiana's largest airport. We look at the main dishes on the menu, including the next generation of Hoosier cuisine, sprinkled in with a dash of some old-time favorites. More on what's in store for the Indianapolis International Airport when we return.
Whether you're buying or selling a home, the stakes are high. Realtors are market experts who do business by a higher code of ethics, and we're invested in Indiana because we're also your neighbors. Now here's the latest statewide real estate report.
In 2025, the number of homes for sale across Indiana hit a 6-year high, with new listings jumping nearly 10% in the last 2 years. Homes also stayed on the market about 4 days longer than 2024, 2 weeks longer than back in 2021. Buyers have more options and more time to find the right home heading into 2026. But patience is paying off for home sellers as Indiana property values continue to climb. Indiana is still one of the most affordable states for home ownership. The mortgage payment on a typical recent home purchase equals about 34% of our median monthly household income.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress. From the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, investing connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures.
We are bringing the power of this to this with a new IBJ Media app. For the first time ever, you'll be able to get the Indiana Lawyer, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indianapolis Business Journal all in one place wherever you go. All across the state of Indiana, IBJ Media provides the news you need to know, and we're doing it now directly to your phone. To be a part of this, you can find it on your favorite app store. Just search IBJ Media.
Welcome to Indianapolis International Airport, ladies and gentlemen.
New food experiences coming for those touching down and taking off at Indianapolis International. Part of the airport's plan includes launching an incubator space showcasing Indiana's local cuisine. That space will be located in Civic Plaza, where more than 10.5 million people walk through every year. In addition to the new incubator space, the airport is adding 3 new well-known local names to its dining and beverage scene, including Liftoff, which is part of Speedway-based Daredevil Brewing, Java House Bistro, and a newly designed Shapiro's are also part of the plan. All of this expected to open in 2027. A slice of the East Coast food scene is taking a turn into northern Indiana as the popular Cousins Maine Lobster prepares to roll into South Bend. The company's new food truck is expected to debut in the South Bend market in early March, marking its second location in Indiana, with a third one on the way, set to open in Fort Wayne next year. Cousins Maine Lobster specializes in fast casual lobster rolls using live Maine lobsters caught off the New England coast. The company has come a long way since being featured on Shark Tank back in 2012, when it secured a $55,000 investment to expand to the West Coast. The Pantheon, a nonprofit co-working space and business accelerator in downtown Vincennes, has unveiled a new commercial kitchen space. The space gives food entrepreneurs an approved facility to legally prepare and package food products. The goal is to give businesses an affordable space to test their ideas and grow.
I think there's a huge demand right now, especially within our Main Street businesses. We have lost 2 of our big anchor restaurants within our Vincennes Main Street. And so we see this need of new entrepreneurs and new food entrepreneurs specifically needing to be developed.
There are rental options for those with a Pantheon co-working membership, as well as non-members, and those visiting the area for special events. The initial goal is to have 2 to 3 businesses using the space. And that's all for this edition of Inside Indiana Business. I'm Kylie Veleta in for Gerry Dick. We leave you this week with a sign that spring is really right around the corner. The Sandhill Cranes are flying back over Indiana after spending the winter in the South.
Diabetes rising fast.
Alzheimer's cases rising as population.
Solutions.
They said it'll never happen.
It's too hard. Nothing will change.
Can't compete.
You'll never solve it.
And we said, watch us.
Been a while. What have you been up to?
Oh, you know.
Oh, I see it's not flossing. I just added some secret weapons to my toolkit.
Huh?
They help me drill down further, digging deeper than I ever could before. into my business and personal finances with Lake City Bank Digital.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Now let's take care of that tooth.
Add sharper tools for your money with Lake City Bank Digital.
You are all set, Brian.
I'm Devin.
Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gerry Dick, coming to you this week from Northwest Indiana, Jeffersonville, Muncie, South Bend, in downtown Evansville, Terre Haute, Fort Wayne, Richmond, from one of the state's key entrepreneurial and innovation hubs, 16 Tech. Inside Indiana Business, Indiana's business news leader.
I'm Tiffany Souter, mom of four, wife, entrepreneur, and host of the Life of And podcast. For years, I built my life with brute force, a successful business, a growing family, and absolutely zero margin. I was tired, snappy, and felt constantly behind, and I was too afraid to admit it. Everything changed when I stopped trying to do more and started building systems that actually worked for my real life. If you too are craving more peace, more presence, and just more time for you, I'd love for you to join me on the Life of And. Subscribe now on your favorite podcast app or listen at ibjpodcast.com.
Your commute just got smarter. Turn drive time into growth time. The IBJ Media Podcast Network gives you front row access to leaders shaping Indiana's economy, culture, and future. No filler, just smart, relevant local storytelling you won't get anywhere else. Find all of our shows by searching IBJ Media in your podcast app or visit ibjpodcasts.com.